Hi, my name is James Kimber. I'm a physician assistant and founder of PA Mentor Online, bringing you the best tips and tools you'll need to get into a PA program. On this channel, we do strategy videos for pre-PA students who are thinking about becoming a PA or currently in the application process, as well as interviews with students who used our services and successfully got into a PA program. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on any of the interviews, as it might be one of the programs that you're thinking about applying to. Or if you have specific questions about one of the interviews we've done or just questions in general, don't forget to leave them down below in the comment section. Thank you.
Welcome to Physician Assistant Mentor Online.
Welcome back. Another new t-shirt and another interview. So today we're interviewing Kiana, who attended the Physician Assistant program at Sacred Heart University. Kiana I've actually known for many, many years, as she was a medical assistant in the office where I used to work at. And over the years, Kiana, she was working towards becoming a PA, and she had a little difficulty, I think mostly with her interviewing. It took her actually a few cycles. So I'll let her tell the rest of her story, and thanks for checking us out.
Okay, well, welcome back. Today we're interviewing somebody that I worked with many years ago. If you can tell us your name and the program that you went to PA school.
Hi, my name's Kiana. I recently graduated from Sacred Heart University.
Great, congratulations.
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time. So tell us, how did you get started or interested in the medical field?
So I actually didn't know what I wanted to do going to college. So I was undecided for about 2 years. And then I went on majoring in human biology just because everyone was majoring in science. And then when I took, I think it was the beginning of my senior year, I went to career counseling and took a survey and then spoke with an advisor there. And they told me about the PA program. That was actually the first time I heard about the PA profession. And, just after that, I worked towards, getting all the prerequisites done, getting my hours, and then applied for PA school.
Okay. What else did you do to learn about the PA profession?
At first, I believe my first experience with a patient was through clinical care extenders. It's the CCE program at Palomar Hospital in San Diego. Got my first patient care experience there. But before that, I shadowed a PA, a nurse practitioner, and also a doctor. And you were one of them, one of the PAs that I shadowed in the very beginning, just to see if the PA profession was the right fit for me.
I'm going to confess, how did we actually meet? Was it at the pre-PA club or was it at Palomar?
You came to the pre-PA club at UCSD, you spoke there, I found your email, but I didn't contact you until I think after, maybe like a year after I graduated, and I think it was just, hey, like how I need, because at the time, it was really hard for me trying to get hours. I was a CCE, I was a caregiver, but I wanted more experience as like a medical assistant or more hands-on patient care experience. So I contacted you, came into the office, shadowed you probably like a day or so, and then from you, I was able to get an internship there. So I volunteer at the office for 2 days a week.
Right. Okay. How about your undergrad experience? Where did you go to college?
I went to UCSD, University of California, San Diego.
Okay. And how was that in terms of, did they prepare you for the prerequisites? A lot of schools, sometimes they don't have the prerequisites.
Yeah, because I was a bio major, so a lot of the classes that I took were met for the PA, for most of the PA programs. Some of the few that I had to take outside of UCSD was sociology, psychology. I took anatomy at UCSD, but I didn't take anatomy lab, so I had to take that. I really took some core science classes just to improve my GPA after as well.
Okay. What course did you find the most difficult throughout your undergraduate?
I would have to say biochem. Biochem was one of them. I know you were saying a lot of people said biochem was one of the harder ones, right?
They are. It's crazy, but I mean, understandably so. Did you take the GRE for before you started applying?
I did. I did take the GRE for my the last round that I applied.
How did you prepare for the GRE?
At the time, I was working full time and also taking classes at night, and also studying for the GRE. So I would just study whenever I could. But the 1 week before the GRE exam, I took that 1 week off of work and just stayed at Barnes and Noble and studied.
Okay. Now, you had applied a couple times to get into a PA program, right? So looking back, like the time that you didn't get in, how did you go about making yourself more competitive for the next cycle?
So I didn't get in until the third time that I applied. The first time I applied to one school that wasn't on CASPA. So I think I might have started CASPA, but I don't remember if I applied to any that was on CASPA. The second time I applied to about 6 schools, got 2 interviews, was waitlisted for one. Oh, it wasn't a wait. It was there was another list that was like ticked over the priority over the wait list. And then the third time I took the GRE, applied to many more schools. Like I think 15 total. Got about 5 interviews, got waitlisted at 2, got accepted to 1.
Did you retake any of your courses to try to boost your GPA, or did you do other things to try to make yourself more competitive?
Yes, I did. For me, I think because my GPA from undergrad was my weakness, it was not as competitive as others. So I had to work a lot harder. I had to get more hours to make myself a more competitive applicant. I also took the GRE. I retook a lot of the core science classes as well to improve my GPA.
Did you have any problems in terms of like managing your hours, with all the hours you were trying to obtain and then work, or juggling, multiple things at once, school?
You mean with hours, getting hours for patient care experience?
Yes.
No, I think I had plenty of hours for patient care. I think it was over 5,000 or 6,000 hours.
So you'd mentioned the number of programs that you applied to. What kind of criteria did you use to pick the programs that you applied to?
Well, the ones that well, my undergrad, like I mentioned earlier, my undergrad GPA wasn't as competitive, so I had to take a few extra classes just to even meet their minimum requirement. And also, I will look at their if they require GRE, because I know some applicants don't take the GRE, so I feel like I'll have a higher chance with that. And also looking at the minimum patient care hours.
Okay, so this is the part obviously everybody kind of waits for and they want to hear is, what tips do you have for those that are currently in the process of applying or thinking about applying?
I would say that if don't well, sorry. Okay. I would say apply early as soon as possible when it opens. Make sure the people that you're asking for a letter of recommendations from, that they know you well, and you're confident that they'll be able to write you a good letter. I was fortunate enough to get one from a professor. He was a professor and a doctor. I took microbiology with him, and he just, at the end of the exam, he just offered to write me a letter because he knew I was applying for PA school. And I got one from you, a PA, and the third one also was from another PA.
Okay.
So, just make sure it's also well-rounded. They also, you want some providers at the same time. If you can get one from a professor, it'll make it look a lot better. It'll make you look more well-rounded.
Okay.
And also another thing is, if you don't get in the first time, if you don't get in the second time, even if you don't get in the third time, don't be discouraged. If if you're willing to try, I believe that you'll get it there one day. For me, I believe that my biggest challenge wasn't during PA school. My biggest challenge was getting into PA school. And I admit it. Like, I didn't do one undergrad. I was immature. I was the first one to go to college. I didn't know I wanted to do what major to. I think you
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I think you froze.
Yeah, I just, there's a lot of noise. I was trying to cut out the noise, so. You see me? You hear me okay?
No, your screen is frozen. So maybe my side.
No, you're fine. It's not going to matter because I'm not going to, my picture's not going to be in it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. It'll probably kick in here in a minute. Let me.
And also another thing is, if you don't get in the first time, if you don't get in the second time, even if you don't get in the third time, don't be discouraged. If you're willing to try, I believe that you'll get it there one day. For me, I believe that my biggest challenge wasn't during PA school. My biggest challenge was getting into PA school. And I admit it. Like, I didn't do one undergrad. I was immature. I was the first one to go to college. I didn't know I wanted to do what major to.
And how many seats were in your class?
35.
Yeah.
So the way they calculated, like, oh yeah, so you actually made it. You're in the top. You're in the 3%.
Yeah.
Crazy, yeah. And the minimum is like a 3.0 GPA for overall, 3.0 for science. And I was on the same boat as these guys that you mentioned. I was actually debating between like quit working full time and just start taking classes full time to improve my GPA, because I feel like even at the interview, they say, you start off, everyone's at the same state, blank state now, they're comparing. But, even when I go in my interview, they look back at all the classes that I did poorly in and like, can you explain these? And for me, it wasn't just one class. For me, it was just because high school, I guess, I don't know if high school was too easy, if I wasn't, prepared for college, I was here by myself. So it was just, I just had to tell them I was immature. I wasn't focused in school.
But it's very common. I mean, we have a lot of students they work with who they did excel in high school.
Quit working full time and just start taking classes full time to improve my GPA, because I feel like even at the interview, they say, you start off, everyone's at the same state, blank state now, they're comparing. But, even when I go in my interview, they look back at all the classes that I did poorly in and like, can you explain these? And for me, it wasn't just one class. For me, it was just because high school, I guess, I don't know if high school was too easy, if I wasn't, prepared for college, I was here by myself. So it was just, I just had to tell them I was immature. I wasn't focused in school.
So you were accepted by which program again?
By Sacred Heart University.
Okay. And tell us about that experience. Like, you remember your first day of class or meeting your other classmates?
Yeah, first day of class, it was interesting, meeting everyone. A lot of us are actually from California because our director was actually, she started a program in California. I think that's why a lot of us heard about this program from her.
Wow.
So I think there were 7 of us from California. So first day meeting everyone. I remember one class, one of the upperclassmen, he was telling us, yeah, because we were all like, so anxious, like, like, do you have any study tips for us? Like, what do you do? Like, what's your typical day like? And he was like, yeah, actually, I've never played more video games until I was in PA school. And at the time, I didn't get what he was saying, but actually, I watched a lot of Netflix too, but I think it was just like my way of, like de-stressing.
Yes.
Study hard when I had to, but sometimes you need to relax a little bit. So I actually get what you're saying now.
And then when you moved, so you go through your didactic portion, then you move into the clinicals. How was the clinical part of the program?
I did really well in didactic. I got all A's. So moving to clinical, it was just like I felt like that was like my safety net. Clinical was like a big change. So I think I was one of the few that said, "Wow, I missed didactic."
Wow, you are.
But then I got used to the clinical. It's like I liked it. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
Oh no, I was just wondering how you felt during your clinical year.
Oh, clinical years. So I grew up in an underserved area, so I always wanted to be able to give back, work with the underserved. Like I volunteered with Flying Sams for many years, and with my clinicals, I was fortunate enough to work at a lot of FQHCs, they're federally qualified health centers. I did 4 rotations there for psych, for family medicine, for women's health, and pediatrics. So I liked it a lot because when you work with that type of population, they're very appreciative of your care.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really enjoy working with all my rotations.
Okay. And so you graduated a couple months ago, but you've already taken the PANS and you're certified now?
Yes, I graduated in December, took the PANS in January, so I studied for exactly 4 weeks. Took
Uh-huh.
the PANS and then found I got certified, and then started applying for jobs.
And then you got a job, right?
I did. I accepted an offer last month
Great. When do you start?
in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. It's a good thing we're doing this now because you'd never have time for it after you start working. Okay. So going back to the program, would you recommend this program to other students?
I would, yeah. Even though it's a newer program, I think they're on their 4th year now. But the thing is that they're very receptive to what we have to say. They keep on making changes, but for the better.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they prepared me well for my rotations, prepared me well for the PANS.
Okay, well, thanks again for doing this, and again, congratulations. I know it's been a long road, but you're so deserving. I've known you for a long time, and just really happy to see you finally made it here. And sure, I'll see you around sometime. Maybe we go have Thai.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.